Okay, so here we are. Second session of the week. We have our levels on our screen. We're going to the 15-minute here. We've closed these highs. Hourly, we also closed this high here. So we're coming to test down. We have fallen off a cliff in the last few days, and actually on Nasdaq itself, there's not really much here, especially on the daily. We got this massive move up, and then so it's a long way down. So if we're not holding these highs here, we're looking as far down as here on the weekly. Monthly level we have here, so we do have two things we can look at: the monthly highs here, and then the order block. We also can look, this actually might be a good level to look at right now actually. We have the fair value gap low, fair value gap high and fair value gap low here of this monthly fair value gap. So I'm actually going to have those on my screen because we are edging as close to those as we can right now. 912, that's just underneath the low of yesterday really. That's not actually that far away. 912 or 25. That's 912 or 25. So we're looking 912 or 25. Okay. It's kind of monthly and we move out over. I've not written FEG low forever actually. And then just below that we got the fair value gap high. And let's just make sure we've got the correct level. So 82575, 82525, 828, sorry. 75, yes. Cool, right, so we've got our levels. That's all we can look at. Apart from that, if we're not holding these levels, we're looking all the way down here. So I can definitely see a world where we can come here, sweep into here, go higher. This was the daily low from yesterday. Also London and New York low. So let's slap that on the screen. So we'll put L/NY low. L/NY low. And again, make sure it's the right level. And just make sure it's the actual low, which I know it is, but yeah. 939 flat. 939 flat. Cool. So this is everything we're looking at. This is the range here that I'm looking to see if we can test up into it before we short down, which is already a risky one really, because we are testing into the fair value gap here. It's not the lowest fair value gap of the range, but it is the highest fair value gap, right? So yeah, I do think we can get a move down off of that if it looks good. Preferably the longs down here, much prefer, but I think the shorts are great anyway. So just kind of trying to see what happens here. We've not tested into anything here, so I'm not going to just spontaneously get into something if we close this 5 minute to go up to those levels. If anything, I'd love to see how this reacts. How do we react there? That's the midpoint of the hourly order block. Gotta keep that. Be aware of that. That's the 4-hour low as well. So maybe the 5 minute order block there is going to be the best bet because it's also the 4 hour. We can also put that as well. 5 min OB / 4 hour low. So I think that's going to be the best bet. It's going to be this level opposed to this level. But regardless, whatever one holds is the one that holds. We'll look for something off of it. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pause it a bit more often now instead of just yapping. There's nothing going on, so I'll keep it on pause for now because I'm looking to see if it can come to here. But if we start going up, then I'll just pause it until the chart comes back down here. But yeah, I do think this is going to be a good opportunity. It's going to be this hourly, the midpoint of the hourly order block. Again, I just want to make sure that's the right level. Because, yes, 11625. And didn't even have the right level, so good start. 11625. So we're not that far away from that. New York higher and London highs nowhere to be seen. She's on the other side of the chart at this point. I'm not interested in that. So yeah, we can see what happens off of that hourly order block here. I'd like to potentially get something off of that if we got a nice setup. As you know, what I look for is just going to be a nice convincing hammer candle, potentially a sweep. Maybe we sweep these and then we create a few candles here with a low that we then sweep into it, create a hammer candle. That could be my entry. And how far would that have to go? We'll be looking at something like this. Stop losses are quite tiny right now, actually. So yeah, two contracts today. By the looks of it. Like I said, I want. This is the last week. I'm just doing low minis. I say obviously unless the price action's big enough. Because I mean, when I have a stop loss of 25. That's literally the amount I risk anyway, so 2 minis is fine. 2 micros. No, it's 2 minis, right? 2 minis is an actual contract. 2 minis? Yeah. Micros is micro Nasdaq. Minis is regular Nasdaq. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna pause it. If you come down to here, then I'll unpause it. Okay, we're coming down here. We're actually pretty close to the levels, which is nice. Let's just see how it reacts. We might be able to get something off of it. If not, then we'll just be patient. We'll wait for the next thing. You know, if we dump it, the next levels are all the way down here. If we do hold this and we don't get in because maybe we've not seen what we need to see, and then we'll just wait for the high to go, retest down. Yeah, we're getting there. We got the confirmation we're holding here, so if we hold that, close that, then we're getting in that. We're not waiting for this to close and then seeing if this is holding and then getting that. No, we're getting this straight away. We're waiting for too much at that point. We won't get that many trades if we keep doing that. Not talking about myself, but I mean, I used to do that. It's just all about just getting it, not overcomplicating it. There is actually news in 2 minutes, a really weird time. News at 1 minute past 12. GBP news as well, which is odd. At that time. It's yellow folder, so I'm not gonna expect anything at all. And then after that, the next folder is red folder, and it's at 4 AM. So it's not something I need to worry about. That's what I like about this time as well, Tokyo session. I'm not on, I'm not late enough for the red folders to even run in, really. Just looking at every day this week, and the most we got is Friday. We got an orange folder, Japanese yen. Nothing on. One thing on Thursday, yellow folder, New Zealand, so it's not going to do anything. Wednesday, 2:30, red folder, Australia. Don't know if I'll still be there by 2:30. But yeah, it's not really much ever, which I like. I don't like trading. Knowing there's news coming up and I'm not allowed to get into anything. But anyway, let's see what it says. That's something actually, for once. Is it gonna miss? Probably gonna miss that low. What would we be looking at right now if we did? That's a good stop loss size. It's not even. That's not bad at all. If he was to sweep that right now. Okay, we swept it. Let's see. Do we pull up? Do we just continue down? What's going to be the outcome here? So no bite for me there. That's the most horrendous looking candle to buy off of. 15-minute has a range there as well, so if I was to be looking to buy at the high of that, it's just going to be this mini range. Could just be a rejection of the lows as well, and then the 15-second range as well. So if I want to buy here, I would most likely want to see this guy. If not, we would just wait for these lower levels. Yeah, I would not be buying that. Potentially, if we got a double, if we swept this low, let's say we pulled up, came down again, swept it, created a hammer candle up, I would take that. Other than that, I'm just going to wait for the lower points. Hourly body we can have on the screen. Just make sure that's right. Hourly body is 62.75. 62.75. Okay. I never really have this many levels on my screen. This is kind of surprising for me. At this point, I don't think we're going to revisit this range. Just going to get rid of these. I'll keep the higher one. Yeah, okay. Just dumping down here. I do hope there's potentially something before the session opens. I do like to get something before the session. But anyway, I'm going to pause it here. Not much to say. We're waiting for this. If that doesn't happen, we're waiting for this to close. So yeah. So, random push up out of nowhere. Completely out of nowhere. Which I guess is fine, really. Considering, I mean, I'm not in the short. So we close this, we are holding this hourly, we have 4 minutes to close, so if we close that and we test back down, we might not go anywhere into this, we might That's what, the 5 minute. Gonna keep that in mind. I'll keep that there. Let's see if we do actually close this. It does look like we can close it. And if we create a high here, I'd love to see a move back down. Two things I'll be looking at then are gonna be. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'll just leave the fair value up on the screen. Also, I'm gonna keep this as a habit, where I want to put a vertical line wherever news is or sessions are, so I don't get chopped up in anything. Because I think I've got a crown for that. Definitely the king of taking trades 1 minute before news because I forgot, and then getting blown out of the water in a second. I've done that countless times in my career. Way too many times. And every time it happens, you never lose the 1R. And actually, just to top it off, just to show how bad my luck is, it's never gone in my favour. I think I've lost every single time that's happened. I've never won. And you lose like 4R, 3R. I've never lost 1R. Blow straight past your stop loss, gets you out for so much more. So to avoid that ever happening, I just want to make sure I have a line on the screen. Okay, so we haven't closed it high so far. It just looks like a rejection. 5 minute, even if 5 minute closes like that, I've seen this pattern way too many times. Next one straight up anyway. It's just a matter of time. I'd rather if it just closes this 5 minute though, instead of having to wait another 5 minutes after that. I wouldn't take this because we haven't closed this yet. If you was that aggressive with it, you could 100% use this to close that. Doesn't have to go far. But this is, like I say, the more aggressive your trade, the more than likely it's not going to work out. I mean, if there's no confirmation, I'm not interested myself. But I used to be. I used to just take as much as I can. You know, luckily enough, I wouldn't have even got filled if I did take that. See how the pattern looks though, right? What have we done? Swept, have not closed this yet. That creates another hammer candle. Old me would get that if it created a hammer candle, try and take it up. Right now we're just looking at rejection. When would I say this is failing? It's going to be closing. Or just push us up there, and then we can actually look for a short if we would so please to. Wait another 5 minutes on that high to close now. How's a 15-minute looking? That 15-minute would look really nice if it did close. If we close up here, look at that as a candle. Loving the music as well. Been enjoying the music. It's just meditation, non-copyrighted music. Because even though I've got like 2 subscribers, they still want to flag my videos, so I can't put them up. It's great. It's got to be non-copyrighted music. Still seeing a world where this goes up. Like I said, you can never switch your bias until it's actually well and truly failed. Closing this on the 5 minute, well and truly failed, and we can look for a short up. Because if anything, right, if we are failing that, essentially we've closed this, we've tested into this here, we've rejected to come down, we've then closed here, next order box here. If it so pleases to go around to the midpoint of it, it's going to be around that 1 minute order block almost, and that's the next trade down to wherever the next low is. So the current framework, I'm just going to pause it until either or happens, either close this higher, or we close this low. And I'm going to get rid of this now because we didn't even, I wouldn't look at this unless we closed the high, which we did. And I'm not even recording. Oh, I am recording. I'm confused. It wasn't showing up on the screen. Am I recording? I can't tell. Pretty sure I'm recording. Okay, I am recording. Right, anyway, like I said, unless we close one of those, I'll keep it paused. Right, we might be closing this. We do have 5 minutes though as well for it to look convincing on the 5 minute. Because I mean, if we close it there and then come down, it's just a hammer candle to go lower. And if anything, I'd rather go for a short. Hopefully we can close that though. Doesn't look too convincing, but I'll just unpause it in 4 minutes time if we have to close it, because I mean I'm not going to do anything until it closes on the higher time frame. Okay, we closed the high on the 5, looking to see if we can get any movement down into the longs before we test up here. If we can get it now, it's perfect. If we come up and test here, then obviously, I mean, it's a bit too far gone at that point, but I wouldn't be looking at them if we did retest into something higher here. Even if we tested into here, I wouldn't be too holding with those longs. I'd love it to come down right now into these levels. Lowest, is that tested? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's tested. So lowest fair value gaps here anyway. We never ended up closing it, so we can have that back on the screen. This is the high. So only a few levels here on my screen. Let's see what happens here, and then what happens here. I need something fairly near enough 10 out of 10 if I'm going to enter off of that. For me, 10 out of 10 would probably be a pull up right now, orange candle, big hammer. Taking that, no full well it can flip here, so we would, in this scenario I would go break even straight away if we got there. That's not coming into play anyway, so that's fine. That is fine. So also the midpoint of this order block for this range is the higher there. Maybe we fail to push up here, but we still create a accumulation candle there, up candle, sweep this into here, hammer candle up, reclaim, test into there, entry to then try and go up. Never mind, my whole analogy there has just been thrown into the street and stepped on. Oh well. can still get that, you know. That is that analogy I was saying. We just need a candle that doesn't test lower than the previous one. Then we've got ourselves a swing low. Sure, that most likely won't happen, but stop losses are tiny as well. Tiny. And unfortunately, I've locked my account this week, so I can only do 2 contracts. I wouldn't say unfortunate. You know, well, I've done it for a reason. But in this scenario here, you know, my stop loss is 5. It's nowhere near what normally 1.5R would be for me. So in this scenario, do we target more? Do we target 3R? Because we might have to. We'll see. We'll see how it looks on the push up. Knowing full well we might have to do a little adjustment in a trade like this. It's a very high trade as well, so that's why I want things to be absolutely perfect if I'm going to be getting in this high. Because like I say, I don't ever enter this high. I don't like entering high. If you're scalping, I don't think it's the worst idea. If you're compensating for something like the whole move and you're getting in that high just so you're in, rather just not being a really low quality setup. Candles basically the bottom. Yeah, I mean, this would have to push up. Okay, never mind. I won't be looking at that anymore. Unless we have the most aggressive move up in the next 10 seconds. I'm gonna be waiting for these bottom levels. We've not retested anything that we haven't already retested. So nothing puts me off of this right now. This is already tested. Fair value up on the 30. Essentially been tested into. I mean, we close this first, right? Tested into that fair value gap. Oof, this does look good. I do like this. If we do get a move back down, that looks like a nice candle on the 5. I'll be a bit too late there. Procrastination kills. We'll see what we get here, if we do get any potential sell, because right now we're holding this 15-second range. It's tested the 5-minute order block as well there, which is another good sign. But we need a good follow through now. I'd absolutely go for this. If we swept this hammer candle back up, I'd get the same entry. I do think the entry here is great anyway. This is an orange candle. It's a lovely candle. 16, 15. Making sure I don't get in this too early. Rather watch failure unfold and then get in once the failure is rejected. What I mean by that is if we have to sweep something, we rally up higher again. That would be rejection of failing. Right now I'm only spotting failure. So you gotta be patient in every scenario. You know, you're either in really early to the point where break even's pretty easy. You know, for example, I'm in here. I'm in that early because I'm so convinced. It's gone up 1 hour and break even. If I'm not in, I need to be a bit more patient. Which I'm being patient right here. Reclaim this level. Would that mean anything to us? We would have to close, and then I'd expect to move down. So potentially if we closed here and moved down way around here, I could put a stop in right here. So it retests here, gets me and goes higher. If not, I'm waiting for that. See if we can sweep there, potentially go into the lower point as well. I've really been enjoying trading lately, I will say. Last like 2 weeks, had a couple of brain fog moments, but the last 2 sessions have been splendid, to be honest. Being patient, just taking stuff, not overcomplicating anything. Knowing when enough is enough. You know, we're in the middle of nowhere, going sideways. We've already taken 1 or 2 trades. Do we still need to be there? Not really. We just log off. You know, I'm there to make a couple of on leave. I don't need to keep getting trades, so if we're in the middle of nowhere, you know, and I'm still sitting there, I'm sure I'll end up picking up a loss because my accuracy is not going to get as good as time goes on. That's why yesterday was kind of a one and done. So still the order block, and I'd still be pretty okay with getting in here. If it's a bad point. It's a good risk to reward as well, right there. As in for the stop loss size, because I can only do 2 minutes. It's a healthy looking candle up. It's a 5 minute zone. Yeah, this can definitely start setting up to go higher. We get an orange candle printed on the 5. Issue is the 15 will be a down candle regardless now, unless we push up really aggressively in the next 5 minutes. Next 2 candles, sorry. So that's out of the water now anyway, that trade. I'm sure this is going to be the next order block. Can't see this recovering in 10 seconds. That's something I really notice about my own trading, is the moment I put on some chill music, things just seem slower, you know, just in a good headspace. Instead of listening, I've never really listened to actual music trading, but it couldn't be any, to me it doesn't sound like you could do anything worse than listen to real music. It's just distracting. Music with lyrics is what I'm talking about. Got that 15's closed down. 30 closes in 15 for the New York session. That's a really nice pull up there. Like really nice. I'm actually gonna try this here, if we can. What's the 15 seconds saying? Yes, I mean if we come back up again. Come up again. Orange candle. Orange hammer candle up. Where have we got a target? We've got a target pretty far here. There's a bit of unexpected volume for sure. Is that the 1.0? 1.5? Yeah, basically. What do we get now? Stop loss is down. 1.5. Still. Okay. There's a nice push up. If I took a loss here, that's fine. That was a good look to go higher. Does look like it's going to get potentially stopped out here, but I think that was a good, definitely a good look. For sure. I'd be fine with that. Definitely. Testing to the lower point as well. There's nothing bad to say. No close to high, I haven't tested anything higher. Trying to push up. I think it's a great look, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say anything bad about it. If we can close these highs, we're in for a good run. Just try and get some volume up here. The 5-minute candle as well. If we can close up, I'd really like to look at this. For sure. Maybe we could have gotten a bit deeper. That's the only thing I would say here. But can't complain about everything. Okay, so that's a stop out there. Do I think that was a bad opportunity? No, not really. I think maybe the only thing I can take away there is potentially getting in a bit deeper. Other than that, I'm not going to sit here and say it was a bad opportunity. I think that was a pretty good one. Pretty good opportunity. Nothing bad to take away. So do the typical double sweep here. That's great. That is honestly, that's 10 times better than... Just the issue though is like taking back-to-back trades. Never really found them, but we have swept here. Potentially, we haven't closed this range. Oh, we have closed that range. Gonna try that there. $1.5 all the way up here. It's going to be an up candle, that would look pretty nice. I think we've gone up 1 hour now. So we're going to have to go break even anyway. Yeah, we've basically gone up 1 hour. Cool, nice trade though. Lovely trade actually. We made more money on that one than we did on the loss actually. I mean that's gone a lot further now. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I mean this is rocketed up. That's a typical scenario where don't let a loss put you off of getting in straight away if it still looks good. Take back-to-back losses is fine. I would have logged off right now because I mean 2 losses straight up is fine. But the framework was there. That's the thing about scalping. Your stop losses are really small. Of course it comes down. It could potentially sweep your entry and go high. You just got to get in again. I mean look how that looked. Swept. The framework had to move higher, and I mean look at the candle up. You know, we only got 1.5R there, but how much could we have got right now? That would be up 3.81. It's gone up really far. You know? Just don't be afraid of getting a re-entry fast, you know? Just take it. If it looks good, what's the issue? No, we can't get cold feet after taking a short. After taking a loss. We're just in straight away. We all lose, you know. We don't have to sit there and play it safe now because we only got 1 loss. No, I'd rather just be done, leave. 2 losses, okay, well my day's done. Let's log off, you know. It's just like I'm not gonna sit there and dwell on it. But overall, great trade. This one, still think was great. Nothing wrong with it. Of course, it's great because I mean it went up clearly. Maybe just a bit too early there. Plus, I think, like I said, the only thing I want to take away from that is maybe not getting as high as I did. But again, I think it was a good looking trade, so I'm not going to sit here and complain about anything, like I said, when it happened. Next thing I'm going to be looking at is closing here. On the 5. I just realised I said I made more money on that one than the loss. Of course I did, because I target 1.5R. But still, I think we made a bit more than anticipated. No, sorry, we made more there than we lost, because I mean we did one contract last time. This time we did 2 contracts, because the stop loss was smaller. So of course we made more. No, we didn't. We made 1.5. I don't know what I'm smoking. Whatever. Yeah, we closed that. This was the thing I was talking about testing into, and I'm seeing rejection here as well. So I will be keeping an eye. Luckily for me, well, not really luckily, because I think this is a good setup, but this is going to be the setup that's going to be playing into 1 a.m. here. Unfortunately, we don't get to play out. But yeah, I'm going to leave and come back, and then we come back around 10 past, 15 past. So yeah, I'll be back once the session's opened, just to let it do its thing. So yeah, I'll pause it until then. Okay, so we're back, and we've fallen off a cliff, which is completely fine, because we're coming down to these levels now. Maybe we can get something else, hopefully. So what are my requirements right now to stay logged on is actually staying under here, closing this on the 15, meaning it opens up the possibilities of shorts down after retesting up here, and also not testing below here and closing down. Well, testing below that's fine actually, sorry. That goes into here. But if we just fall off a cliff and we're just hovering around here, then obviously I'll just leave it. But yeah, it looks like there's gonna be some good trades coming up. Our 3 levels there, so hopefully we can get something off of that. If we just look to see if we've actually tested into anything. Yes, we have. We've tested into that lowest fair value gap here. So we are actually holding this lowest fair value gap if we do close this higher, that brought us down into it. If not, we're looking at those lower levels still. It's a nice looking range to go higher here. Definitely trying to hold this. You get hammer after hammer, and we have to close something like this. Then I don't mind that to go higher. But remember, this is the range we need to close to actually confirm the direction is flipped here. It's going to be closing this range. So I wouldn't be taking a range like this right now, unless it's off one of my levels with a higher conviction. It's the 4 hour. I mean, 4 hour can absolutely still go higher here. The 1 hour can definitely still have a nice push up here. We are dropping down into those lower levels now. What would the stop loss be there? Stop loss is just good enough. If we was to take something, let's say that actually tested into 11 with a hammer, that would actually be still fine to take, but we didn't obviously get that. That's the thing, right? If we do test into here now, we only have to close. Don't have to close that to actually confirm the direction. But like I said, it's off my level, so I'm not going to be waiting essentially for a bait range to be closed. Would have been nice if we tested down there. I would have taken something like the high of this fair value up, stop loss at the low here, and we'll essentially be targeting that. Order block open. Meow. What? Okay. Let's just test down now. We rock it up. Like I said, right, if we do go up here, I'm waiting for this high to go. To actually confirm we're holding this fair value up. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna pause it until we do come down here. Or we close this high. Okay, here we are. We've just tested into the first level here. Not too convincing for me, considering we've closed this range. Can just be testing up to here. That's not going to be the most ideal scenario for me. Taking something like that. Yeah, it's way too aggressive for me. I'd rather see something after the close. If we was to sweep this line and come back up, then I would actually look at this. If not, I'll just wait it out. Wait for the high to go, to retest down, and go higher. Not taking it off of that first test. That's a great candle up though. That would have been straight to target, obviously. Let's see, how does the 15-second look? Yeah, wasn't too bad. Still there. We've got a direction now if we can close this. 5 minute couldn't look any better to go higher. Hopefully there's actually a trade here before it rockets all the way up. Because it does seem to look like it might just go straight up here. Hoping we create a fair value gap, we test into it. Just going to get a buy on the screen just in case it's a really fast move here, because we could potentially test in something, create a hammer candle, and we'd have to get near enough straight away here, so I don't want to be slow. We'll see. Already tested this range, I'm not worried about that at all. The only thing I'm worried about now is going to be testing back into here. But with how these candles look, I think that's a great sign to go higher right now. The issue is though that we have a test in. Realistically, not compensating for too much. Haven't tested into that fair value gap, and we've gone higher. We're still testing into it, obviously. Maybe we hang around here, we create a low, and then we sweep the low and we can get in high here. That would be good. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't just rock it up. If it does, then I will be most likely might be logging off actually, because by the time we close this, come down, it's most likely going to be around like 2:15, 2:30ish. I'm going to create a low. I want to sweep the low, and then I want to push up. This is great. We have a fair value gap as well. We can test into this if we close it like that. It's not the most promising sign to go down. If anything, it's the most promising sign to get in. Come on, just create what I want to see. Not wise to short, in my opinion, either. Yeah, I mean, bias is up right now for me. We close this, we're holding this aggressively. It brings us into these lower levels. I mean, daily's down. Momentarily, I think we can push up here. Okay, well, there's our low, hopefully. Hopefully it's our low. So, imagine this orange candle closes here. Probably won't. We just go straight up. But let's say the next one's down, we create a good wick down, we sweep, we go into this fair value gap here. We take that, we have a stop loss just at the low there. All we have to do is take that up to just here. Come on, do that exact thing, and that will be our setup. Yeah, I'd still I'd be very happy if we get that there. 5 minutes looks good. So it's this candle. So if this candle sweeps down, returns back up to here. We'll be looking at something like this as our stop loss. Got 30 seconds to do that. Most likely isn't gonna. If we tested into that fair value gap, I wouldn't have minded taking this, but we've not. And now I've got a cat on my desk at the worst time, and she sat down. Great. Inconvenient place, for sure. Okay, we're coming down, we're testing into that now. Oh my god, you almost freaking stop. Oh my god. Stop. Bruh. Almost made me market buy. Wouldn't that have been a good trade? That would have been really good. First and last trade from my cat though, if that did happen. Into that gap, I'm just seeing no real reason to get in right now. For a minute, that's looking pretty good. If we obviously come up here, close our orange. That's the midpoint. Oh my god, please move. Thank you. Might be too low on this one. We'll see. This is the last setup. I'm happy with this. I think the fact definitely closes an orange candle. Looking at just taking it to here. Break even at this higher is what I would do here. With a rejection of the higher. So, right there. Just trying to see if I can get that follow through. Up until there. It's a good looking candle on the 5. Unfortunately, it looks like it might just slip down here. Break even for me is 100%. 100% now. Good attempt. It went basically 1 hour up. Failing that high, so of course I'm going to get out. Gives me a second to quickly let my cat out as well. It's been a bit of annoying. Okay, I'm back, and great trades management now. Really good. Break even exactly where I should do. As in, like I said, if it doesn't go 1R but it's rejecting, or it is not testing, or it's very close to where I want to test into, and we're not expanding, then break even is obviously what I'm going to be doing now. We could actually just go for the exact same thing we did here, where we took a loss straight into a win if we got a very convincing hammer candle up. That looked really good in the 5, unfortunately. Unfortunately, no follow through there. Is what it is. This one's the next one. Failing the high. Ripping down. Could just be coming down to the order book now. Short here. Wouldn't really agree with. I think it's a bit aggressive. the grand scheme of things, a 15 could still look really good. We flip up here. This had immediate rebalance on the 30. So not the best sign. Okay. Do want to see a reclaim of this range here. Let's try this again. So try and high is always going to be aggressive as well. Right, so most likely you're going to work out a lot more the lower you go. That kind of really sharp, just realized. Really sharp. I mean, that went up. So that's $61 in price action. About to test into that order block now. But lower time frames aren't really agreeing with the move up right now. Or any time frame actually, really. Yeah, there's much more going down than up here. We are in that now, so see what happens. Maybe we get a sweep. Don't need this. It's basically at the same level, so I'm not going to be looking at that. Let's see what happens here. So far a win, a break even, and a loss is what we've got today. So pretty nice turnout so far. Okay. Just watching it here. This couldn't look any more short. Right. Swing, swing, swing. It's 15-minute order block tested. Swing, close. Okay, so this is a midpoint ID, 15. It's going to be that 5-minute order block. 5-minute order block open. This is next level here. Something like, don't know where test, maybe here. Too aggressive. Nothing's happened. Just waiting for that. I'm waiting for that lower level. That lower level is a lot better. If we tap into that lower level and then regain, have something like this. Okay, we're in it. Just missed out. In it now. See what happens. Oh, damn. Big sell off. So the next level is going to be the New York lows, unless we hold off with this 1 minute order block. At that point, if we test all the way up here, so this is outrageous. Most likely going to sweep those lows at this point. So we'll see. So do we sweep this? We do. It's no longer the order block. This is the order block now. We're getting in a lot deeper. I do like this candle. It's just whether we push out or we go for the sweep. Do like the look. Good framework so far. Let's see. We take that sweep. We have a great push up. Could be looking at something here. It's not swept. It's just swept the last candle. Okay, we swept. Absolutely swept. And we've fallen off a cliff anyway. Okay. So these levels are off the screen. Take that off real quick. definitely coming down to that low. Hope so, we don't just go up. Pretty annoying. Stop loss is just like that big of a stop loss at this time is criminal. It's 30. It's actually the biggest I've seen in New York. Oh, sorry, Tokyo. It's the 5-minute. Yeah, 5 minutes didn't really close as a hammer at all. I mean, it did. It's definitely a hammer. At 5 minutes, the new 15 just opened. We didn't close the lows. Swept. For level of interest being the low. We can definitely get a push up here. I'd like to try this. Close the highs. It's most likely too late here. When this candle closes orange now, because I'm not in this, I'd rather this candle closes orange. Potentially, if we are going to get the move up, kind of need to go now. So if we're going to stall with a black hammer candle. Okay, that's the framework we would really want. Black hammer candle down. This is the stop loss is, yeah, stop loss is fine. haven't tested that gap. It's not real. Too much of a real reason to have such a aggressive move down, so I still think this is fine. How do we do? We sweep or we close? Closed. We're just closing now. Okay, I like that. A nice up candle after that hammer on a 15-second. Yeah, we just target there. It's class. There's a nice up candle. On the 15-second, we had a hammer candle to go higher. Not too worried right now. Issue is going break even now. It's way too early. We did close it, so we can test down. We sort of tested into that gap is the issue. We flip up now. I would go break even. Realistically, we tested down. There's no reason to go lower. Okay, let's see it. Is that really? Maybe, yeah, we was risking that. So, I mean, that's not even target. Target's here. It's pretty high. This has to move fairly aggressively. I actually wouldn't mind trailing there right now. Okay, now we will trail there. Damn, that moved fast. Yeah, I think that was a good trail there. Okay, looks like there might be a re-entry here. There's no reason for my stop loss any lower than this candle here. see how this 5-minute closes. 30 seconds on that candle. This one we only have to target here. Isn't as far away. This is an orange up candle. Definitely try it. That's my requirements. Two back-to-back hammer candles. Not really liking that volume. It's normally my famous last words. Okay. Absolutely break even there now. This is looking good. Hopefully I can just run to the target. Let's see. And lovely. Good trade. Right. That was another successful day actually. Quite a lot of break evens. Good amount of trades. But I like that. That was definitely a good turnout again. Yeah, great trading all around. Patient, waiting for our points, taking a loss and just moving on. Exactly how we should. So yeah, great trade. Nothing really else to say, really. Maybe I'll be considering looking at targeting a bit more because the last few trades we've got have gone up a substantial amount. I mean, this is already up 3R. So yeah, anyway, hope you get something out of the video and goodbye.